actually never had a 25mm f1.8 lens for such a cheap price with such great quality. It is all manual, all metal. It feels really sturdy and rugged. The build quality is actually really nice for $70, or in that case 70 euros. This 22.5mm lens adapted to my APS-C Alpha 6 is actually not 22.5 on it because of the smaller sensor. It is 37.5mm, which is the perfect length between beauty shots, people 50mm and 20 meters, yeah, that would be quite long, and shooting landscapes at around 20mm, so perfect. What's also really nice about this lens is that it feels more like a vintage cinema lens that was adapted to modern cameras instead of a modern photo lens that was actually adapted to film. So this is actually how you normally film with lenses in cinema technique. This has an aperture of 1.8 to 16, which is pretty long range. All the focus rings and the aperture rings are manual, so you have to actually shift them per hand, which is, I think, for the newer generation of filmmakers, a pretty abstract concept. But for us older guys who actually use cinema lenses or lenses designed for filming, this is the absolute normal standard. So you can shift them with your hand. The focus ring is actually moving itself, which could potentially be a problem if you're using it on a gimbal. If your gimbal is not strong enough to actually, the motors in that case, to actually hold the weight of a shifting lens. But in my case, that's really okay. I'm using it on the Weeble Lab, and the motors are strong enough to actually hold the Alpha 6 plus the shifting lens. So let's actually go and watch some footage that I've shot with the lens and the Alpha 6 camera. Since COVID-19 is happening right now, or better known as the coronavirus, it is pretty hard to go outside and shoot some fancy stuff. So I needed to focus myself on already existing shots that I've made with the lens and stuff that I've shot inside of my house or directly around it. So without further ado, let's have some test shots. So what I find quite interesting is that a lot of you guys actually think that probably this lens is nothing for you because of your manual focusing, so that you have to do actually everything by hand. You have to think about that. This is actually the prime standard in filmmaking. Autofocus and focusing by machine, as some of us call that. Learning to master everything yourself, crafting the scenes, crafting the shots, learn the rules and the basics of actually modeling a picture after what you have in your head, and then actually using your hands to put it down. And I know that sounds old school, but this brings you much more forward if you learn how to do it instead of something doing it for you and then you're saying, hey, yes, that was me, like 15%, and the other 85% has been done by the microchip inside of my camera. Learn to do it, and then if you know how to do it, actually everything else gets simpler over time. And this is actually the perfect lens to learn the craft of filming all by yourself, because it is, first of all, really cheap, $70 for f1.8 with 25mm. It's a steal. I've never had such a cheap lens. And second of all, this has everything equipped in it that you need to actually learn to craft your image in the way you want. If you really want to train yourself, try to get this lens, try to go out there and create some beautiful shots all by your hand, and then be proud of your work. I hope everything is fine at yours. I'm still in quarantine, as you may know, probably you too. So stay safe, stay healthy, try to flatten the curve. Go watch some more creators on YouTube, because A lot of people are putting out a lot of really great stuff right now. So thank you very much for watching. My name was Leech, and we'll see us in the next video. Actually, I'm planning on something really cool in the next month or so. If there's not something really bad happening money technically, then this could actually work. Something new after a year. Celebrating, you know, all the stuff. 1 year on YouTube, yay! You need to change something. So without further ado, thank you very much. See you next time. Goodbye. Yeah, that was goodbye.